Back in the days, I launched a marketplace called NinjaBuzz on the ShareTribe platform. By the way, NinjaBuzz was a marketplace for podcasters where they could buy and sell host-read podcast ads from each other. So basically, even though a podcaster was on the supply side, they could also then actually be on the buyer side as well. So that was very, very nice, because then you didn't have to worry as much about getting both sides to be there. Once you got a podcaster to list, there was quite a big chance that they could actually also be on the buyer side as well. So that's always nice, and you should always look for markets like that. And it looked like this. So this was the all listings page, and you could see some basic filtering out here. This was an actual listing page. This was the front page. So in the beginning, it went relatively okay to launch using the ShareTribe platform. Unfortunately, this was what happened. I had to discontinue it, as you can see here on the marketplaceguy.com, my website where I'm tracking all my projects, and you can see the revenue I'm making per month. So what happened? Well, the thing is with marketplaces, it takes time to get not only enough listings, but also to get both sides to actually connect and to have enough transactions for you to actually make some money and be profitable. It can take months, even years for it to work out. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind with the ShareTribe platform. It will get quite expensive quite fast. As I'm also mentioning in one of the other videos, it will probably cost you at least 3 to 9K for a 2-year period to be on the ShareTribe platform. But actually, that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is actually the customization. So as I was saying in the beginning here, in my example, I had to make this kind of customization so that each podcaster could upload some sound samples for other podcasters to know how their ads would sound. Because the idea was for a podcaster to just send a text to another podcaster, and he would then say that in one of his podcast episodes. For instance, like, go and listen to this podcast, blah, blah, blah. But of course, you want to know a little bit about how that guy sounds when he's making these kind of ads, right? So that's why it was very important to have these kind of sound samples hosted somewhere. And that was very painful to do on the ShareTribe platform. But the thing is, with all marketplaces, pretty much all marketplaces will require some kind of customization. You start out, you make your MVP and you launch, and that's great. And then you figure out, okay, I probably need this customization done, right? So you will always run into these kind of issues. And eventually, as I was saying before, I then chose to close NinjaBuzz down because I didn't want to lose the money I was spending every month on ShareTribe. At that time, I think it was $250 per month, and I was making very little money on NinjaBuzz at that time. But it was a shame because there were transactions on NinjaBuzz. I think I had around 70 to 100 listings, and there were transactions every month. So it could have been a nice, smaller niche marketplace to have running, basically, and maybe it could have been growing to something bigger eventually, but I didn't have the money at that time, and I didn't want to just keep on losing money, so I chose to close it down, which was a shame. But remember that just because no-code tools are not for me anymore, it could still be a viable option for you. It really depends on where you are in your journey, and also on if you are comfortable with doing a little bit of technical work and of the customization level that you require for your marketplace. It depends, right? But in order to figure it out, actually, I made this decision tool that I placed on Speakbuild Marketplace. I'll put the link in the description, but basically how it works is that you answer these questions and then you will get an answer very quickly, right? So here in this case, as you can see, your best option would be to go for a ShareTribe kind of no-code tool. But if you're comfortable with developing, you will probably get another answer, like using my boilerplate. So that was it for this one, guys. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, always just reach out to me. I love it when you write me, and also give it a thumbs up and a subscribe if you like this video. See you in the next one. Bye.